When shall we three meet again in thunder, lightning, war, and rain? Fair is foul and foul is fair. When the hurly-burly's done, when the battle's lost and won, fair is foul and foul is fair. Where the place upon the heath, there to meet with Macbeth. Fair is foul and foul is fair. Cover through the fog and air. Fair is foul and foul is fair. Through the fog and filthy air. Fair is foul and foul is fair. Fair is foul and foul is
What bloody man is that? Well, he can report, seemeth by his plight, of the revolt to the newest estate.
This is Macbeth, who, like a brave and hardy soldier, fought against my captivity. Hail, brave friend. Say to the king the knowledge of the broil as thou didst leave it.
Doubtful it stood, as two spent swimmers do cling together and choke their art. The merciless MacDonald, worthy to be a rebel, for to that multiplying villainies of nature do swarm upon him. From the western isles of cairns and gallow glasses is supplied, and fortune, on his damned quarrel smiling, showed like a rebel's whore. But all's too weak for brave Macbeth. Well, he deserves that name, disdaining fortune with his brandished steel, which smote with bloody execution, like valor's minion, carved out his passage till he faced the slave, which ne'er shook hands nor bade farewell to him, till he unsealed him from the naves to the chaps and fixed his head upon our battlements.
Valiant cousin, worthy gentleman.
As whence the sun gins his reflection, shipwrecking storms and direful thunders break, so from that spring where comfort seemed to come, discomfort swells. Mark, King of Scotland, mark. No sooner had justice, valour, arm conveyed these skipping kerns to trust their heels, but the Norwegian lord, surveying vantage with furbished arms and new supplies of men, began a fresh assault.
And dismayed not this our captains, Macbeth and Banquo?
Yes, as sparrows, eagles, or the hare and the lion. If I say sooth, I must report they were as cannons overcharged with double cracks, so they doubly redoubled strokes upon the foe, as if they meant to bathe in reeking wounds, or memorized another Golgotha, I cannot tell. I'm faint. My gashes cry for help.
So well thy words become thee as thy wounds, they smack of honour both. Go, get him surgeons. Who comes before us?
The worthy Thane of Ross.
God save the king.
Whence camest thou, worthy Thane?
From Fife, great king, where Norwegian banners flout the sky and fan your people cold. Norway himself, with terrible numbers, assisted by the most disloyal of traitors, the Thane of Condor, began a distant conflict. Till that Bellona's bridegroom, lapped in proof, confronted him with self-comparison. Point against point, rebellious arm against arm, curbing his lavish spirit, and to conclude, the victory fell on us.
Great happiness! No more that Thane of Cawdor shall deceive our bosom interest. Go, announce the news of his present death, and with his title, greet Macbeth.
I see it done.
What he hath lost, noble Macbeth hath won.
A drum, Macbeth doth come. The weird sisters
hand in hand, posters of the sea and land, thus do go about, thrice to nine, and thrice to nine, and thrice again to make up nine. Peace! The charm's wound up.
So proud and fair day I have not seen.
Oh, how far is the God's voice? What are these? Oh, so withered and wild in their attire. They look not like the inhabitants of the earth yet are on it. Live you? Or are you aught that man may question? You seem to understand me, bite your once her chappy finger laying upon her skinny lips. You should be women, and yet your beards forbid me to interpret that you are so.
Speak if you can. What are you?
All hail, Macbeth! Hail to thee, Thane of Glamis!
All hail Macbeth. Hail to thee, Thane of Cawdor. All hail Macbeth. Thou shalt be king hereafter.
Good sir, why do you start? Seem to fear things that do sound so fair. In the name of truth, are you fantastical, or that indeed which outwardly you show? My noble partner, you greet with present grace and great prediction of noble having and of royal hope. To me, you speak not. If you can look into the seeds of time and see which grain will go and which will not, speak then to me, who neither beg nor fear your favours nor your hate.
Hail!
Hail, hail.
Lesser than Macbeth, and greater.
Not so happy, yet much happier. Thou shalt get kings, though there be none. So all hail Macbeth and Banquo.
Banquo and Macbeth, all hail!
Stay. You imperfect speakers, tell me more. By Sinel's death I know I am Thane of Glamis, but how of Cawdor? The Thane of Cawdor lives, a prosperous gentleman, and to be king stands not within the prospect of belief. No more than to be Cawdor. Say from whence you owe this strange intelligence, or why, upon this blasted heath you sought our way with such prophetic greeting. Speak! I charge you.
The earth hath bubbles, as the water has. These are of them. Whether they vanished
Into air, and what seemed corporal melted as breath into the wind, would if they stayed?
Were such things here as we do speak about? Or have we eaten on the insane ruse that takes the reason prisoner?
Your children shall be kings,
You shall be king.
and Thane of Cawdor too, went it not so?
To the self-same tune and word. Who's there?
The king hath happily received Macbeth the news of thy success. And when he reads of your personal venture in the rebels' fight, his wonder and his praise do content, which should be thine, has I'm sent to give thee from our royal master thanks, and in earnest of greater honour, he bade me, from him, name thee Thane of Cawdor. Which edition? Hail, most worthy Thane, for it is thine.
What? Can the devil speak true?
The Thane of Cawdor lives. Why do you dress me in borrowed robes?
He who is the Thane lives yet, but under heavy judgment bears that life, which he deserves to lose. Whether he was combined with those of Norway or did line the rebels with the hidden help advantage, or that of both, I know not. But treason's capital confessed and proved have overthrown him.
Glamis and the Thane of Cawdor. The greatest is behind. Thanks for your pains. Do you not now hope your children shall be kings, when those that gave the Thane of Cawdor to me promised no less to them?
That trusted home I yet and could do you unto the crown, besides the Thane of Cawdor. But 'tis strange, and oftentimes to win us to our harm, the instruments of darkness tell us truths, win us with honest trifles, to betray us in deepest consequence. Cousin, a word, I pray you.
Two truths are told, as happy prologues to the swelling act of the imperial theme. I thank you, gentlemen. The supernatural celestial cannot be ill. Cannot be good. If ill, why hath it given me earnest of success, commencing in a truth? I am fain of Cawdor. If good, why do I yield to that suggestion, whose horrid image doth unfix my hair, and make my seated heart knock against my ribs against the use of nature? Present fears are less than horrible imaginings. My thought, whose murder is yet but fantastical, shakes so my single state of man that function is smothered in surmise, and nothing is but what is not.
Look how our partner's wrapped.
If chance will have me king, why chance may crown me without my stir.
New honours come upon him, like our strange garments cleave not to their mold, but with the aid of use.
Come what come may. Time and the hour runs for the roughest day.
Worthy Macbeth, we stay upon your leisure.
Give me your favour. My dull brain was wrought with things forgotten. Kind gentlemen, your pains are registered where every day I turn the leaf to read them. Let us toward the king. Think upon what have chanced, and at more time the interim hath weighed. Let us speak our free hearts each to other.
Very gladly.
Feel it enough. Come, friends.
Execution done, Cawdor. Are not those in commission yet returned?
My liege, they are not yet come back. But I have spoke with one that did see him die, who did report that, very frankly, he confessed his treasons, implored your Highness's pardon, and set forth a deep repentance. Nothing in his life became him like believing it. He died as one that had been studied in his death, to give up the dearest thing he owed as 'twere a careless trifle.
There's no art to find the mind's construction in the face. It was a gentleman on whom I built an absolute trust. Ah, worthiest cousin, the sin of my ingratitude even now was heavy upon me. Thou art so far before that swiftest wing of recompense is slow to overtake thee. Wouldst thou had done less, that the proportion of both payment and thanks have been mine. Only there is left to say, more is thy due, than more than all can pay.
The loyalty and service I owe in doing it pays itself.
Welcome hither. I have begun to plant thee and will labor to make thee full of growing. Noble Banquo, who hath done no less, and no less must be known to have done so. Come, let me enfold thee and hold thee to my heart.
There if I grow, the harvest is your own.
Oh, my plenteous choice, so wanton in fullness to seek to hide themselves among drops of sorrow. Sons, kinsmen, thanes, and those whose places are the nearest to us. Know that we do henceforth establish our estate on our eldest, Malcolm, who we do name hereafter Prince of Cumberland. If we must not, unaccompanied, invest him only, for signs of nobleness like stars shall shine upon all deservers. From hence to Inverness, and bind us further to you.
The rest is labour, which is not used for you. I'll be myself the harbinger and make joyful the hearing of my wife with your approach, so humbly take my leave.
My worthy Cawdor.
Prince of Cumberland. That is a step on which I must fall down, or else o'erleap, for in my way it lies. Stars, hide your fires. Let not light see my black and deep desires. The eye look at the hand, yet let that be, which the eye fears when it is done to see.
True, noble Banquo, he is full so valiant, and in his commendations I am fed. It is a banquet to me. Let's after him, who hath gone before to bid us welcome. It is a peerless kinsman.
They met me in the day of success, and I have learnt, by the perfectest report, they have more in them than mortal knowledge. When I burned in desire to question them further, they made themselves air into which they vanished. Whilst I stood, wrapped in the wonder of it, came missives from the king, who all hailed me Thane of Cawdor, by which title these weird sisters saluted me before and referred me to the coming on of time of Hail, King, thou shalt be. This I thought good to deliver thee, my dearest partner in greatness, that thou mightst not lose the dues of rejoicing by being ignorant to what greatness is promised thee. Lay it to thy heart, and farewell. Glams thou art, and Cawdor, and shall be what thou art promised yet. I do fear thy nature. 'Tis too full of the milk of human kindness to catch the nearest way. Thou wouldst be great, art not without ambition, but without the illness should attend it. What thou wouldst highly, that wouldst thou holily. Wouldst not play false yet, wouldst wrongly win. Thus have great Glams that which cries, thus thou must do, if thou have it, and that which rather thou dost fear to do, than wishes should be undone. Hie thee hither, that I may pour my spirits in thine ear, and chastise with the valour of my tongue all that impedes thee from the golden round, which fate and metaphysical aid God's need have thee crowned withal. What is your tidings?
The king comes here tonight.
Thou art mad to see it. Is my master not with him, who, were it so, would have informed me for preparation?
Please you, it's true, our Thane is coming. One of my fellows at the speed of him, though almost dead for breath. I scarcely more would make up his message.
Give him tending. He brings great news. The raven himself is hoarse, that croaks the fatal entrance of Duncan under my battlements. Come, you spirits that tend on mortal thoughts, unsex me here and fill me from the crown to the toe, topful of direst cruelty. Make thick my blood, stop up the access and passage to remorse, that no compunctious visitings of nature shake my felt purpose, nor make peace between the effect and it. Come to my woman's breast and take my milk for gall, you murdering ministers, wherever in your sightless substances you wait on nature's mischief. Come, thick night, and pall me in the dullest smoke of hell, that my keen knife sees not the wound it makes, nor heaven plead through the blanket of the dark to cry, hold! Hold! Great Glams! Worthy Cawdor! Greater than both by the all-hail hereafter. Thy letters have transported me beyond this ignorant present, and I feel now the future and the instant.
My dearest love, Duncan comes here tonight.
And when goes hence?
Tomorrow, as he purposes.
Never shall sun that morrow see. Your face, my Thane, is as a book where men may read strange matters. To beguile the time, look like the time. Your welcome in your eye, your hand, your tongue. Look like the innocent flower, be the serpent under it. He that's coming must be provided for, and you shall put this night's great business into my dispatch, which shall to all our nights and days to come grant solely sovereign sway and masterdown.
We will speak further.
Only look up clear. To alter favour ever is to fear. Leave all the rest to me.
See, our honoured hostess, the love that follows us sometimes is our trouble, which still we thank as love. Herein, I shall teach thee how to bid God Ildas for your pains and thank us for your troubles.
All our service at every point, twice done and then done, will be poor and single nature to contend against those honours, deep and broad, wherewith your majesty loads our house. For those of old and late dignities heaped up to them, we rest your hermits.
Where is the Thane of Cawdor? Give me your hand. Conduct me to my host. We love him highly and will continue our graces towards him. By your leave, hostess.
Assassination could trammel up the consequence and catch with his surcease success that but this blow might be the be-all and end-all here. But here, upon this bank and shoal of time, we judge the life to come. But in these cases we still have judgment here, that we but teach bloody instructions that being taught return to plague the inventor. This even-handed justice commends the ingredients of our poison chalice to our own lips. He's here in double trust. First, as I am his kinsman and his subject, strong against both the deed, then as his host who should against the murderer shut the door, not bear the knife myself. Besides, this Duncan hath borne his faculties so meek, been so clear in his great office that his virtues will plead like angels, trumpet-tongued against the deep damnation of his taking off, and pity, like a naked newborn babe striding the blast while heaven's cherubim, horsed upon the sightless couriers of the air, shall blow the horrid deed in every eye, that tears shall drown the wind. I have no spur to prick the sides of my intent, only vaulting ambition which o'erleaps itself and falls on the other. How now? What news?
He has almost supped. Why have you left the chamber?
Hath he not asked you?
Know you not he has?
We will proceed no further in this business. He hath honoured me of late, and I have bought golden opinions from all sorts of people, which would be worn now in their newest gloss, not cast aside so soon.
Was the whole drunk where you dressed yourself? Hath it slept since? And wakes it now to look so green and pale, and what it did so freely? From this time, such I account thy love. Art thou feared to be the same in thine own act and valour as thou art in desire? Wouldst thou have that which thou esteem the ornament of life, and live a coward in thine own esteem? Let and I dare not wait upon I would, like the poor cat in the attic.
Peace. I dare to openly become a man. Who dares do more is none.
What beast was it then that made you break this enterprise to me? When you durst do it, then you were a man. To be more than what you were, you would be so much more than man. Nor time nor place did then adhere, and yet you would make both. They have made themselves, and their fitness now does unmake you. I have given suck. I know how tender it is to love the babe that milks me. I would, while it were smiling in my face, have plucked my nipple from his boneless gum and dashed the brains out, had I so sworn as you have done to this.
If we should fail.
We fail! But screw your courage to the stick in place, and will not fail when Duncan is asleep. Whereto the rather his day's long journey soundly invite him. His two chamberlains will I with wine and with sail so convince that memory, the warder of the brain, shall be a fume in the receipt of reason, a limbeck only, when in swinish sleep their drenched natures lie as in a death. What cannot you and I perform upon the unguarded Duncan? What not put upon his spongy officers, who should bear the guilt of our great quell?
bring forth men, children only. For thy undaunted medal should compose nothing but males. Will it not be received when we have marked with blood those sleepy two? Of his own chamber use their very daggers that they have done it?
Who dares receive it other? As we will make our griefs and clamour roar upon his death.
I am settled and bend up. Each corporal agent to his terrible feats away, and mock the time with fairest show. False face must hide what the false heart doth know.
How goes the night, boy? The moon is down. I have not heard the clock. She goes down at 12.
I take 'tis later, sir.
Halt! Take my sword. There's husbandry in heaven. Their candles are all out. Here. Take thee that too. Heavy summons like lead lies upon me, and yet I would not sleep. Merciful powers, restrain in me the cursed thought that nature gives way to in repose. Give me my sword. Who's there?
A friend.
Ah, what's up? Not yet at rest? King's bed? You have been an unusual pleasure and sent forth great largesse to your offices.
Being unprepared, our will became the servant to defect, which else should free have wrought.
All's well. I dreamt last night of 3 weird sisters. To you, they have showed some truth.
I think not of them. And yet, when we can entreat an hour to serve, we would spend in it some words upon that business if you would grant the time.
At your kindest leisure.
If you shall cleave to my consent when 'tis, shall make honour for you.
So I was not in seeking to augment it, but keep my bosom franchise and allegiance clear. I shall be counselled.
Good riposte a while.
Thanks, sir. The light to you. The light.
Go bid thy mistress when my drink is ready, she strike upon the bell. To bed. Is this a dagger which I see before me? The handle toward my hand. Come, let me clutch thee. I have thee not, and yet I see thee still. Art thou not fatal vision, sensible to feeling as to sight, or art thou but a dagger of the mind, a false creation proceeding from the heat-oppressed brain? I see thee yet, in form as palpable as this which now I draw. Thou marchedst me the way that I was going, and such an instrument I was to use. Mine eyes are made the fools o'er the other senses, or else are worth all the rest. I see thee still, and on thy blade indulgent gouts of blood, which was not so before. There's no such thing. It is the bloody business that informs thus to mine eyes, now o'er the 1/2 world. Nature seems dead, and wicked dreams abuse the curtain's sleep. Witchcraft celebrates pale Hecate's offerings and withered murder, alarmed by his sentinel, the wolf whose howls his watch. Thus with his stealthy pace, with Tarquin's ravishing strides towards his design, moves like a ghost. Thou sure and firm set earth, hear not my steps, which way they walk. For fear thy very stones prate of my whereabouts and take the present hour from the time which thou suits with it. Whilst I threat he lives, words to the heat of deed to cold breath gives. I go and it is done. The bell invites me. Hear it not, Duncan, for it is a knell that summons thee to heaven or to hell.
Whether they live or die.
Who's there? What?
Alack, I am afraid they have awaked and 'tis not done. The attempt and not the deed confounds us. Hark. I laid their daggers ready. He could not miss him. Had he not resembled my father as he slept, I had done it. My husband.
I have done the deed. Did thou so hear noise?
I heard the owl scream and the crickets cry. Did not you speak?
When?
Now.
As I descended?
Aye.
Hark! Who lies in the second chamber?
Malcolm.
This is a sorry sight.
A foolish thought to say a sorry sight.
This one did laughs in sleep, and the other cried murder that they did wake each other. I stood and heard them, but they did say their prayers and addressed them again to sleep.
There are two lodged together.
One cried, God bless us, and amen, the other. As they had seen me with these hangman's hands, listening their fear, I could not say amen when they did say God bless us.
Consider it not so deeply.
Wherefore could I not say amen? I had no seed of blessing and amen stuck in my throat.
These deeds must not be thought after these ways, so it will make us mad.
Methought I heard a voice cry, sleep no more. Macbeth does murder sleep. The innocent sleep. Sleep that knits up the raveled sleep of care. Death of each day's life. Sore labour's bath, balm of hurt minds. Great nature's second course, chief nourisher at life's feast.
What do you mean?
Still it cried, sleep no more to all the house. Glamis hath murdered sleep, therefore Cawdor shall sleep no more. Macbeth shall sleep no more.
Who was it that thus cried? Why, worthy vain, you do unbend your noble strength to think so brain-sickly of things. Go, get some water, wash this filthy witness from your hand. Why did you bring the daggers from the place? They must lie there! Go, carry them and smear the sleepy grooms with blood.
I'll go no more. I am afraid to think what I've done. Look once again, I dare not.
Infirm of purpose! Give me the daggers. The sleeping and the dead but are as pictures. 'Tis the eye of childhood that fears a painted devil. If he do bleed, I'll gild the faces of the grooms withal, for it must seem their guilt.
Whence is that knocking? How should it be when every noise appalls me? What hands are here? They pluck out mine eyes. Will all great Neptune's ocean wash this blood clean from my hand? No. This hand would rather the multitudinous seas incarnadine. making the green one red.
My hands are of your colour, but I shame to wear a heart so white. I hear a knocking at the south entry. Retire we to our chamber. A little water claims us of the steed. How easy is it then? Your constancy hath left you unattended. Hark, more knocking. Go get your nightgown lest occasion call us and show us to be watchers. Not us so poorly in your thoughts.
To know my deed, for best not know myself. Wait, knocking with thy knocking! I would thou couldst!
Here's a knocking indeed. If a man were a portrait of Earl Yates, he should have all turning the key. Knock, knock, knock! Who's there in the name of Beelzebub? Here's a farmer who hanged himself on the expectation of plenty. Come in, farmer, I've napkins enough about you. Here, you'll sweat for it. Knock, knock! Who is there in the other devil's name? Faith. Here's an equivocator who could swear in both the scales against either scale, who committed treason enough for God's sake, but could not equivocate to heaven. Oh, come in, equivocator. Knock, knock, never a quiet. What are you? This place is too cold for hell. I'll devil porter it no further. I'd have thought to have let in all professions that go the primrose way to the everlasting bonfire. Anon, anon, I pray you, remember the porter.
Was it so late, sir, ere he went to bed that he did lie so late?
Oh, faith, sir, we'll carouse till the second cock. And drink, sir. It's a great provoker. 3 things.
What 3 things does drink especially provoke?
Marry, sir. Nose painting, sleep, and urine. Lechery, sir. It provokes and unprovokes. It provokes the desire, but it takes away the performance. Therefore, much drink may be said to be an equivocator with lechery. It makes him, and it mars him. Sets him on, and takes him on. Persuades him, and disheartens him. Makes him stand too. Oh, I'm not stand too. In conclusion, equivocates him with a sleep, and giving him the lie leaves him.
I believe drink gave thee the lie last night.
That it did, sir, that it did. In the very throat of me. But I requited him for his lie, and I think being too strong for him, so he took my legs away somewhat. I made a shift to cast him.
Is thy master stirring? Knocking has awoken him, here he comes.
Good morrow, noble sir.
Good morrow, both.
Is the king stirring or everything?
Not yet.
He did command me to call timely upon him. I've almost slipped the hour.
I'll bring you to him.
I know this is a joyful trouble to you, yet 'tis one.
The labor we delight in physics pain. This is the door.
I'll make so bold to call, 'tis my limited service.
Goes the king into dig.
He does. He did appoint so.
The night has been unruly. Where we lay, our chimneys were blown down. And as they say lamentings, heard in the air, strange screams of death and prophecy that terrible, dark and mustard, confused events. New hatched to the woeful time, the obscure bird clamoured the livelong night. Some say the earth was feverish and did shake.
'Twas a rough night.
I remember it's not parallel to it.
What's the matter?
Oh, confusion now has made his master these most sacrilegious murderers broke off the Lord's anointed temple?
What does she say?
We mean you, His Majesty.
Approach the chamber and destroy the shrine of your God, and do not bid me speak. Speak, then speak yourselves. Awake! Awake! Ring the alarm bell! Shake off this downy sleep, death's counterfeit, and look upon death itself. And see the great doom's image. Malcolm! Bankroll us from your graves. Rise up to countenance this horror. Ring the bell!
What is the business that such hideous trumpet calls to parley the sleepers of the house? Speak! Speak!
Oh, gentle lady, it's not for you to hear what I can speak. The repetition in a woman's ear would murder as it fell. Oh, Banquo, our royal master's been murdered.
Whoa! Alas! What? In our house?
To crow anywhere. Dear Top, I prithee, contradict thyself and say it is not so.
Had I but died an hour before this chance, I had lived a blessed time. For from this instant there's nothing serious in mortality. All is but toys. Renown and grace is dead, the wine of life is drawn, and the mere lees is left this vault to brag of.
What is amiss?
You are, and do not know it. The spring, the head, the fountain of your blood is stopped. The very source of it is stopped.
Your royal father's murdered.
Oh. By whom?
Those of his chambers, it seemed to have done it. Their hands and faces were badged with blood, as were their daggers, which, unwiped, we found upon their pillows. They stared and seemed distracted. No man's life was to be trusted with them.
Oh yes, I do repent me of my fury that I did kill them.
Wherefore did you so?
Who can be wise, amazed, temperate and furious, loyal and neutral in a moment? No man. The expedition, my violent love, outrun the pause of reason. Here lay Duncan. His silver skin laced with his golden blood, and his gashed stabs looked like a breach in nature for ruin's wasteful entrance there. The murderers, steeped in the colours of their trade, their daggers, unmannerly breached with gore, who could refrain? That had a heart to love, and in that heart courage to make love known.
Look to the lady!
Look to the lady. And when we are our naked frailties hid that suffer an exposure, let us meet and question this most bloody piece of work to know it further. In the great hand of God I stand, against the unthinkable pretense I fight, of treasonous malice.
So do I.
So say all. Let's briefly put on manly readiness and meet in the hall together.
Well content.
What will I do? Let's not consort with them. To show an unfelt sorrow is an office which the false man does easy. Out of England. Those daggers and red smiles, the near and blood, the nearer bloody. This murderous shaft that shot hath not yet lighted, and our safest way is to avoid thee. Therefore, to horse, and let me not be dainty of leave-taking, but shift away. There's warrant in that theft, which steals itself when there's no mercy left. Sir, how goes the world today?
Why, see you not?
Is it known who did this more than bloody deed?
Those that Macbeth have slain.
Alas the day, what good could they pretend?
They were scorned. Malcolm stolen away, fled, which puts upon him suspicion of the deed.
Against nature still. The thriftless ambition that would raven up thy own life's means. Then 'tis most likely the sovereignty will fall to Macbeth.
He's already named, and gone to Scone to be invested.
What of Duncan's body?
Carried to Colmkill, sacred storehouse of his predecessors, guardian of his bones.
You to Scone?
No, cousin, I'll to Fife.
Well, I will have a.
Well, may you see things well done there. And you, is our old road sit easier than our new?
Stand in thy posterity, but that myself should be the root and father of many kings. There comes some truth from them, as upon thee, Macbeth, their speeches shine. Why, on the verities thee make good, may they not be my oracles as well? Set me up in him. But hush, no more.
And here is our chief guest.
If he had been forgotten, it had been as a gap in our great feast, in all thing unbecoming.
Tonight we hold a solemn supper, sir, and I'll request your presence.
Let your highness command upon me, to the which my duties are with a most indissoluble tie, forever knit.
Write you this afternoon.
Aye, my good lord.
We had else desired your good advice, which hath been both grave and prosperous in today's council. But we'll take tomorrow. Is far you ride?
As far, my lord, as will fill up the time twixt this and supper. Go not my horse the better. I must become a borrow of the night for a dark hour or twin.
Fail not our feast.
My lord, I will not.
Was Fleance with you?
Aye, my lord. Our time does call upon us.
I wish your horses sure and swift of foot, and I saw you commend you to their backs. Farewell. Let every man be master of his time till 7 o'clock tonight. To make society the sweeter welcome, we'll keep ourselves till supper time alone. Well then, God be with you. To be thus is nothing, but to be safely thus. Our fears in Banquo stick deep, and in his royalty of nature reigns that which would be feared. 'Tis much he dares, and to that dauntless temper of his mind he hath a wisdom that doth guide his valour to act in safety. There is none but he whose being I do fear, and under him my genius is rebuked, as it is said Mark Antony's was by Caesar. He chid the sisters when first they put the name of king upon me, and bade them speak to him. Then prophet-like they hailed him father to a line of kings. Upon my head they placed a fruitless crown, and put a barren sceptre in my grip, thence to be wrenched with an unlineal hand, no son of mine succeeding. If to be so, for Banquo's issue have I filed my mind. For them, the gracious Duncan, have I murdered, put rancors in the vessel of my peace only for them, and mine eternal jewel given to the common enemy of man, to make them kings. The seeds of Banquo kings. Rather than so, come fate into the list and champion me to the utterance. Who's there? Was it not yesterday we spoke together?
It was, so please your highness.
Well, then now have you considered of my speeches? Know that it was he, in times past, that held you so under fortune, which you thought had been our innocent self. This I made good to you in our last conference, passed in probation with you how you were born in hand, how cross the instruments who had wrought with them. And all things else to half a soul and to a notion crazed say, thus did Banquo.
You made it known to us.
I did so, and went further, which is now our point of second meeting. Do you find your patience so predominant in your nature that you can let this go? Are you so gospel to pray for this good man, and for his issue, whose heavy hand hath bowed yours to the grave, and beggared yours forever?
We are men, my liege.
Aye, in the catalogue, ye go for men, as hounds and greyhounds, mongrels, spaniels, curs, chows, water rogues, and demi-wolves, are collect all by the name of dogs. The valued file distinguishes the swift, the slow, the subtle, the housekeeper, the hunter, everyone according to the gift that bounteous nature hath enclosed, whereby he does receive particular addition from the bill that writes them all alike. And so of men. Now if you have a station in the file, not in the worst rank of manhood, say it. And I will put that business in your bosoms whose execution takes your enemy off, grapples you to the heart and love of us who must wear our health but sickly in this life, which in his death were perfect.
I am one, my liege, whom the vile winds and buffets of the world have been sent to make reckless what I do to spite the world.
No Banquo is your enemy?
True, my lord.
So is he mine. And in such bloody distance that every minute of his being thrust against my nearest of life. And though I could, with barefaced power, sweep him from my sight and bade my will avouch it, yet I must not, for certain friends that are both his and mine, whose loves I may not drop but wail his fall, who I myself struck down. And thence it is that I to your assistance do make love, masking the business from the common eye for sundry weighty reasons.
We shall, my lord, perform what you command us.
Though our lives...
Your spirits shine through. Within this hour most, I will advise you where to plant yourselves, acquaint you with the perfect spire, the time, the moment on it. For it must be done tonight, and something from the palace. Always thought that I require a clearness, and with him to leave no rubs nor botches in the work. Fleance, his son, who keeps his company, whose absence is no less material to me than his father's, must embrace the fate of that dark hour. Resolve yourselves apart. I'll come to you anon.
We are resolved.
I'll come to you straight. Abide within. It is concluded, Banquo, thy soul's flight. If it find heaven, must find out tonight.
Not sad, all spent, for our desire is got without content. Safer to be that which we destroy than by destruction dwell in doubtful joy. How now, my lord? Why do you keep alone? Sorriest fancies your companions making, using those thoughts which should indeed have died with them they think on. Things without all remedy should be without regard. What's done is done.
We have scorched the snake, not killed it. She'll close and be herself whilst our poor Malice remains in danger of her former tooth. Let the frame of things disjoint, both the worlds suffer, ere we will eat our meal in fear and sleep in the affliction of these terrible dreams that shake us nightly. Better to be with the dead, whom we, to gain our peace, have sent to peace, than on the torture of the mind to lie in restless ecstasy. Duncan is in his grave. After life's fitful fever, he sleeps well. Treason has done his worst, nor steel nor poison, malice domestic, foreign levy, nothing can touch him further.
Come on, gentle, my lord. Sleek o'er your rugged looks. Be bright and jovial among your guests tonight.
So shall I, love. So I pray be you. Let your remembrance apply to Banquo. Present him eminence with both eye and tongue. Unsafe the while that we must lave our honours in these flattering streams, and make our faces visards to our hearts, disguising what they are.
You must leave.
Oh, full of scorpions is my mind, dear wife. Thou knowest that Banquo and his fiancée lives.
But in the nature's copies not eternal.
There's comfort, yet they are assailable. Then be thou joke, and there the bat hath flown his cloistered flight. Ere to black Hecate summons the shard-born beetle with his drowsy hums, hath wrung night's yawning peal. There shall be done a deed of dreadful note.
What's to be done?
The innocent of the knowledge, dearest Chuck, till thou applaud the deed. Come, sealing night, scarf up the tender eye of pitiful day, and with thy bloody and invisible hand cancel and tear to pieces that great bond which keeps me pale. Light thickens, and the crow makes wing to the rooky wood. Good things of day begin to droop and drowse, whilst night's black agents to their praise do rouse. Thou marvellest at my words. Hold me still. Things bad begun make strong themselves by ill. So prithee, go with me.
Hark! I hear horses.
Give us a light there! Oh!
Tis he. The rest are within the noble expectation already are in the court.
A light! A light! Stand to it!
Bring the light. Be rain tonight?
Let it come down!
Oh!
Fly out! Fly out! Fly!
We've lost past half our fare.
Let's away and say how much is done. Better thee without than he within. Is he dispatched?
My lord, his throat is cut. How much I did for him.
Thou art the best of the cutthroats. Yet he's good that did alike for flails if thou didst it, thou art the non-pariah.
Most royal sir, Fleance is escaped.
Then comes my fit again. I had else been perfect, whole as the marble, founded as the rock, as broad and general as the casing air, but now I am cowed, cribbed, confined, bound into saucy doubts and fears. My banquo is safe.
Aye, in a ditch he bides with 20 trenchant gashes on his head, the least a death to nature.
Thanks for that. There, the grown serpent lies. The worm that's fled hath nature that in time will venom breed. No teeth for the present. Get thee gone. Tomorrow we'll hear ourselves again.
My royal lord, you do not give the cheer. The feast is sold, that is not often vouched, while 'tis a meek and 'tis given with welcome. To feed were best at home, from thence the meat to sauce was ceremony. Meeting were bare without it.
Sweet remembrancer, now let good digestion wait on appetite, and health on both.
My lords, ladies and gentlemen, take your partners for the Strip the Willow. We have a lot of lovely things for you to dance with here tonight, folks. Once you've found your lovely dance partners, St. Peter's behind our royal top couple here. Congratulations to them. They'll begin the dance for us. They will spin each other for a count of 8. We'll give them a bar for nothing. They'll then move down their partner's column, spinning first down the line, and then each other, the next couple in the line, and then each other. Once you couple get to the top, don't be shy, do the same. All together now for the Strip the Willow.
for mischance.
His absence certainly lays blame upon his promise. Please us your highness to grace us with your royal company.
The table's full.
Here is a place reserved, sir.
Where?
Here, my lord. What is the mood, your highness?
Done what, your majesty?
Thou canst not take my head. Never shake thy glory lost in vain!
Gentlemen, right, his highness is not well.
Sit, worthy friends. My lord is often thus, and hath been from his youth. Pray you, keep seat. The fit is momentary. Upon a thought he will again be well. If much you note him, you shall avenge him and extend his passion. Feed, and regard him not. Are you a man?
I am an old one, that dare look on that which my try to pull the devil.
Proper stuff. This is the very painting of your fear. This is the air-drawn dagger which you said led you to Duncan. Oh, these flaws and starts, imposters to true fear, would well become a woman's story and a woman's fire authorized by her granddad. Shame itself! Why do you make such faces? When all's done, you look but on a stool.
Prithee, see there! Look! The whole world! How see? Why, what care I if thou couldst not then speak to? If charnel houses in our graves will send those that we bury back, our monument shall be the moors of kites.
What? Quite unmanned and folly?
If I stand here, I saw him.
Fire for shame!
Blood has been shed here now. In the olden times, ere the human statue purged the gentle wheel, it sits too. Murders have been performed too terrible for the ear. The times have been when the brains were out, the man would die, and there an end. But now they rise again, with 20 mortal murders on their crowns to touch us from our stools. This is no strength that such a murder is.
My worthy lord, your noble friends do lack you.
I do forget. Do not music to me, my most worthy friends. I have a strange infirmity, which is nothing to those that know me. Come. Love and health to all. Then I'll sit down. Bring me some wine. Fill full, I drink to the general joy over the whole table. And to our dear friend Banquo, whom we miss. Would that he were here, to all in him we thirst, and all to all. Abort! I've quit my sight! Let the earth hide thee! Thy bones are marrowless, thy blood is cold. There is no speculation in those eyes that thou dost flare in.
Think of this, we're here but as a thing of custom. 'Tis no other only as spoils the pleasure of the time.
What man dare? I dare. Hence, horrible shadow, unreal mockery, hence. Why so? Being God, I am a man again. I pray you, sit still.
You have displaced the mirth, broke the good meeting with most admired disorder. I pray you speak not, he grows worse and worse. Question enrages him. At once, good night. Stand not upon the order of your going, but go at once.
Good night, and better health.
A kind good night to all.
It will have blood, they say. Blood will have blood. Stones have been known to move, and trees to speak. Ogres and understood relations have, by magpies and chows and rooks, brought forth the secretest man of blood. What is the night?
Almost at odds with morning. Which is which?
How sayest thou? That Macduff denies his person at our great bidding.
Did you send to him, sir?
I hear it by the way, but I will send to him. There's but not one of them in his house I keep a servant feed. I will tomorrow, and betimes I will to the weird sisters. More shall they speak, for I am bent to know by the worst means the worst. For mine own good, all pauses shall give way. I am in blood. Sent so far that should I wait no more, returning where it's tedious as galore. Strange things I have in head, but will to hand, which must be acted ere they may be scanned.
You laugh. The season of all natures. Sleep.
use is the initiate fear that wants hard use.
We are yet but young indeed.
Things have been strangely born. The gracious Duncan was pitied at Macbeth. Marry, he is dead. And the right valiant Banquo, what? Too late. For you may say, if please you, Fleon's killed. For Fleon's fled. Men must not walk, too late. And who cannot want the thought how monstrous it was for Malcolm to kill his gracious father? Damned fact. How it did grieve Macbeth. Did he not in straight and pious rage the two delinquents there, with the thralls of sleep and the slaves of drink? Was that not nobly done? Aye. And wisely too, for would anger any heart alive to hear the men deny it. So I do think that he has outborne all things well. And I do think that had he Duncan's son under his key, as I please heaven, that he would find what it were to kill a father. So just Leon's.
His presence at tyrant's feast. I hear Macduff looks in disgrace. So, can you tell me where he bestows himself?
The son of Duncan lives in an English court and is received of the most pious Edward with such grace that the malevolence of fortune nothing takes from his high standing. Hither Macduff is gone.
Send me to Macduff.
He did. And that well might advise him to caution, to hold what distance his wisdom can provide. Some holy angel fly to the court of England and unfold this message ere he come, that swift blessing may soon return to this our suffering country, under a hand accursed.
Lords, ladies and gentlefolk, there will now be a short interval. Please go refill thy cups and we'll be back in 15 minutes.